Welcome into Tapping Vegas, brought to you by Better and Green. Bobby, we're back. We almost didn't film for this card because it is such a garbage card. Coming off at $299, having this one is just absolute. It's just a kick in the nuts. Quick question for you, because I've seen it kind of kicked around on social media a little bit. Bobby, is this card a trimming the fat card? Because we've got the Contender Series that's going to be coming up. You're going to have new guys you signed to a contract. Is this one where you're kind of putting these guys that aren't any good, you're just throwing them all in together and you lose, you're out type of deal? Because, I mean, looking at some of these guys that are fighting, I kind of see it.
I could agree with that for the most part. I wouldn't be surprised. The UFC is all about trying to cut costs. They're all about trying to bring in so many Contender Series guys nowadays on dirt cheap, 10,000 to show, 10,000 to win fucking contracts, which is just absolutely fucking disgusting. To have somebody coming into the most premier combat sports organization in the entire world, not just the United States, but the whole goddamn world, $10,000 to show, $10,000 to win fucking contract is just absolutely absurd. And I get that it's an opportunity and all this shit. And, you know, I consider myself something of a capitalist as well. I like to play Monopoly. I get it. But this shit gets a bit ridiculous. And I get that you also can't pay big bucks to guys like, for example, somebody we're going to talk about on this card, Ovince St. Preux, who's 40. In the words of Conor McGregor, he's 40 years of age. He's fucking 40 years of age. And he's still in the UFC, still fighting. Not doing very well. I get it. He's a prime candidate, probably on a decent contract, just because of how long he's been in the UFC. He's probably worked his way up to a decent one, probably saved a few cards, etc., getting some locker room bonuses, if you know what I mean. But overall, all that to say, this is a fucking dog shit card. It's absolutely fucking dog shit. There's no way around it. We don't fluff. We don't sugarcoat. This is fucking booty, and it's not good booty. It's not J-Lo booty. This is sweaty-ass booty that's been in the fucking Georgia heat in the middle of summer. Swamp ass. It's fucking disgusting, and it's hairy, and I fucking hate it.
Would you say it's my balls were hot, sweaty?
It's worse than that. It's nuclear radiation levels of fucking hot, sweaty, disgusting bullshit.
I love it. And it's going to be a super quick episode. We're not even going to trim these down into individual fight episodes. It's going to be too quick. First one to talk about is Gerald Meerschaert versus Bryan Barberena. Not a lot of odds are very good in this card. Not a lot of these fighters are very good in this card, so I think it's going to be kind of dangerous if you're picking methods. I'm going to stick to all money lines, and I'm going to take the Gerald Meerschaert money line. He has the longer reach versus a guy that's just a striker, so that's going to be a straight disadvantage there, and I just think he's the better all-around MMA fighter. What do you think, Bobby?
Sure, the Shark can start off the shittiest fucking card, hands down so far of this very early burgeoning year. Let's start off with Gerald Meerschaert. I don't even want to touch his sub at plus 110, which is what he's notorious for. It's just all ass. That episode of South Park where they play Sarcastaball, fuck it, it's a field goal. That's how I feel about this fight.
I love it. I love it. So you're going Meerschaert too then? Just straight double Shart.
Shart.
Shart. Okay, you take the next one.
Pannie, Kianzad, Macy, Chiasson. What happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object? Absolutely nothing. This fight, absolutely fucking terrible. I don't know why the odds have such a huge discrepancy on this because I just looked. Macy Chiasson, excuse me, let's start with Pannie. That's who I have pulled up first. Pannie lost to Caitlin Vieira, unanimous decision. Beat Lena Landsberg, 2022, 2021. Lost to fucking Raquel Pennington. And beat Alexis Davis. I don't even think she's in the UFC anymore. Macy Chiasson, I remember she had all this damn hype around her. I remember she was so touted in this women's division. I just looked. She hasn't fought since 2022. And when she last fought in 2022, she got TKO'd by Irene Aldana in September, and she barely won a decision over Norma Dumont in May. And then 2021, Raquel Pennington submitted her, and that was her only fight. Both of them suck. I'm going Macy Chiasson.
I agree. Another one of those fights where we see a more rounded MMA fighter versus striker, and we're looking at a 6-inch reach disadvantage there. Same age. Macy's got a little less wear and tear on the tires. I'll go with Macy too. Look at this next one. We got Ovince St. Preux versus Kennedy Nzechukwu. Well, I think we're going to be on different sides of this one just because you said it. The dude's 40, dude. This is going to be a 31-year-old guy versus a 40-year-old man. 2-3, 3-2. Those are pretty similar. Nzechukwu, he's got the reach advantage too. I just think Ovince is so much older and he's got so much wear on those tires too. 26 and 17, that's a lot of fights. And especially when you're looking at fighters' careers, you get guys that come out of college in like the NFL. They're really fast and they're going to be fast until they start aging, and then they really slow down. And fighting, you could start later and you can still reach a peak and be pretty good. One of the big things you look at is there's about an 8-year window, and that's going to be kind of you peak and you start going down. This dude's 40 years old. He's had that many fights. We're not going to see the best fight out of him. I just think he's aged out, but I'm ready to hear what you think.
Ovince St. Preux. He's got fraternity burns on his body. He can take damage. He's absorbed plenty of damage. I don't give a shit that he's 40 years of age, in the words of McGregor once again. I don't give a shit. He's 40 with fraternity brands on his arms. Omega Sci-Fi stomping the yard. I don't give a shit. He's going to stomp all over Kennedy Nzechukwu. All you little weirdos out there, since Kamaru lost, Israel Adesanya lost, since Francis lost, and you're sitting there whining, wanting the next Nigerian nightmare or whatever the fuck to come along. It ain't Kennedy Nzechukwu. We've tried this for years now. It's a failed experiment. It's time to take the fucking potato off the goddamn battery, take the science fair home and flush it down the fucking drain. It's over with. And if you can't tell how bad this card is, I'm pretty heated right now. So Ovince St. Preux money line because it's fucking egregious. The whole division's ass at 205 pounds. And Kennedy Nzechukwu's coming off a KO loss to Dustin Jacoby, a.k.a. my meth head next door neighbor who woke me up at 4 a.m. wife and cooking up some dope in the basement. All right? It's not looking good when you're getting beat by Dustin Jacoby. All right? The guy's got no fucking teeth, and he looks like the epitome of a redneck that lives in the fucking United States just cooking meth in a trailer, all right? He's got no place in the UFC, but hey, him and Kennedy, they're going to be bros real soon because they're both going to be Eskimo brothers in terms of being kicked out and fucked by the UFC because they suck.
All right, you take this next one while I recover from what you said.
Fuck it, it's a field goal. I don't even know what this next fight is. Is this Bryan battling Ange Loosa? Is that the one?
Yeah. Yep, you got it.
All right, Bryan battle, money line. Why? Why not? Yeah. Why not at this point? Bryan battle's all right. Ange Loosa's not. I mean, there's really not much to say about these fights. I'm being serious. It really is such a fucking exercise in futility when you're just insulted with these fucking fights. That's all I can say. He's coming off a round 2 submission last year, KO TKO last year win. Last lost in 2022 to Rinat Fakhretdinov, the guy that fucking murked Kevin Lee. RIP, I actually like Kevin Lee. I know I'm one of his 5 fans. Anyway, murked him in like 15 seconds. That's why he rings a bell. So no shame in losing to him. KO TKO win, unanimous decision win 2022, won in 2021. He's only got one UFC loss, and it came to, once again, Rinat Fakhretdinov. No fucking shame there in losing to him in light of what he's been doing ever since. Ange Loosa, however the fuck you say it, the other Nigerian hope. Excuse me, before I get called racist, he's from the Democratic Republic of the Congo.
Yeah.
Fucking excuse me. Anyway, guy fucking barely decisioned Rise McKee. Rise McKee, I think, is on this card. He's notorious for being, I believe, Khamzat Chimaev's first or second opponent that he absolutely killed in like a round or two. So I'm not fucking impressed that you took him to a hard-fought unanimous decision win. And that is seriously his only fight in the UFC, and that was last year. So September last year, Ange's taken Rise McKee to a hard-fought unanimous decision when the guy got fucked up by Chimaev and cut shortly after, or maybe had one more fight and then got cut. Either way, he wasn't UFC material. He's worked his way back in. Ange could barely beat him. That's his only fucking win. I'm going Bryan battle all the way at money line. Actually, you know what? I'll make it a little bit spicy because I'm not all these other punk-ass fucking notorious, infamous UFC betting analysts that have more viewers and all this other bullshit. I'm not safe. KO TKO plus 550. Book it, Dano.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I can't say you're wrong there. Ange Loosa asshole. The dude looks scary, and I think that's what he's got going for him. If you're looking at pictures of these two guys, there's going to be a lot of people, I think, throwing money on Ange. I just think Battle is just more well-rounded, more battle-tested. I like Bryan Battle quite a bit in this one.
Hey, the more people that throw money on Ange, cue the Rick James meme where he's doing the little spirit fingers towards them. I'm all in for it, baby. Keep doing it. Keep putting the money on Ange.
Absolutely. Please do. The main event, which is really sad, but it's Tuivasa, which I guess he's a big name, but the dude's on a 3-fight losing streak versus Marcin Tybura. I was just saying all that bad stuff about Ty. I think Ty wins. He is on a 3-fight losing streak, but neither of these guys are going to grapple. This isn't going to be this is going to be a stand and bang. You know what? Throw up the graphic right now. Nuck if you buck fight of the night. Ty Tuivasa, I just think he's got the stronger punches, and I just like Ty to take it. I'll let you take I want to hear what you have to say, and I'm going to look up those money bets while you're talking.
I've said enough about heavyweight main events. It was 2 weeks ago, I just fucking beat this dead horse further to death, and there's nothing left of it. All that can be said about this. I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it. The whole fucking truffle shuffle, jiggling your fat in front of a live audience and drinking fucking beer out of a dirty ass shoe, that was cool for 2 fights, bro. It's over now. You gotta shit or get off the pot. Shit or get off the fucking pot, because if you lose to Tybura, the Eskimo Brother Club's going to be getting real fucking packed here soon with Rise McKee coming back. I can only imagine to join you. Tai Tuivasa, Ange Loose Booty, you fucking name it. It's going to be a real packed club here. A lot of fucking tips are going to be touching. So, you know what? With as sloppy and as shitty as this fight is, with the 2 sloppy ass shitty heavyweights that are in it, KO TKO DQ plus 110 for Ty ain't looking too bad right now, because these motherfuckers aren't going to decision, and God help us all if they do. And like Ben said, they're not grappling. The only one who would grapple would be Tybura, but I think he does what he does in most of his fights, unless you're really shitty like Greg Hardy. I never miss up an opportunity to fuck on Greg Hardy. So fuck you, Greg Hardy. You got your ass kicked by a guy you should have easily KO'd that was served up to you on a silver platter in the form of Tybura, and you couldn't even do that because they served him up knowing that you'd be able to KO him before you got the sub, and you couldn't even do it because you're a fucking failure. But Tai Tuivasa will probably get it done, and at plus 110, I can't sneeze at those odds.
Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. If the fights were terrible, but hopefully we made it a little bit enjoyable going through them. Thank you guys for watching. We got plenty of other shows right now. We got Getting Technical and Dropping Dimes, so make sure you guys check those out. Head over to bettergreen.com. I might not put out an article this week because the card is this bad. I might try, but we'll see what happens. Head over to bettergreen.com to see if I do. And besides that, guys, thank you for watching, and we will see you next week with a hopefully better card.
Yes, and I already found out Marvin Vettori is out of this fight in a few weeks, and I can't fucking take much more with a shitty event like this after 299. It's like coming down from an insane high and just fucking relapsing and crashing to an incredible low. And at this rate, if this continues with these shitty ass cards and, Marvin Vettori not fighting and fucking breaking my heart, our next sponsor might be blood pressure medication. So let's just keep on the lookout.
Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Peace.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, hey. Listening to cash out, that's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover old spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome, welcome to our podcast. Better in Green.